Hey everybody, Ryan here from Android Coliseum, here to do a bit of a review on the Huawei Band 6. Now, this was really cool. I do like tracking my fitness, whether I do it or not, actually. Different story, but I love having that data, so having something that sort of does it in the background for me was great. And one of the first things I noticed about this is that I should be able to bring that up. How do I, how do I bring up there? Oh, there it is. Kind of a pain. I do like the screen. I do like the band is actually pretty comfy. I like the way that the home screen you can customize it a little bit. There's kind of limitations there, but overall, to be honest with you, I cannot wait to get this off my wrist and put back on Android Wear. Um, so let's go into a little bit of what I did, what I didn't like about it. First off, I do like that it's a huge screen. This is 1.47 inch, way bigger than the other sort of the show me bands and stuff I've reviewed in the past. Really nice size for that, and it gives you a fairly good amount of information on each screen that you can go through. So when I talk about the screen, the first thing I want to mention is that this isn't exactly a super intuitive design. So essentially you have your main screen, and you can swipe between these little tiles, which would have your heart rate monitor, a cool stress monitor, um, weather app, music control, and then you have I never really kind of understood what I think it's activity and that's steps, and I don't know what that is. Anyways, something to figure out later. I don't know. But I do like this. So now, in terms of other things you can play around, you can have one button. You can bring up more options. So you can do things like you want to start tracking a workout. Well, let's get you in focus here. You can take a look at the records of your workout, measure your heart rate, measure your saturated oxygen level in your blood. Let's go back. Screen. Take a look at activity records. You can take a look. Sleep, situation, stress, and all those other kind of interesting things. And what you want to probably do and play around with is going into automatically the settings and adjusting the display, and you can change the watch face. And there's a bunch of different styles in here for you to look through. I like that speedometer. Everything else was kind of cheesy. So I don't know if there's a way that I could customize each of these. I would tap that and it really just would change, just one thing. So it doesn't really give you an overall difference as you would play around with it. So yeah, and the other thing I really liked about this is battery. They say it's a 2-week battery when they talk about this long life battery, and yeah, a little over a week now, week and a day, and we're down to about 60%. So 7 days was about 50% battery, so that's tracking pretty well on to what it's supposed to have been. So they give you that full battery life, and I kind of like that because it used a really weird kind of charging magnetic thing, which is again convenient on here, but you don't have to worry about that because it's got a long battery life. So let's go back. I like that watch face. Even though after this review is over, I am taking it off. Okay, so what else can we talk about here? Like I said, large display. It runs. I found it online for about $70. You can buy it for. The navigation is pretty neat. I do like that idea of a stress test. Now I'm not sure how it's measuring stress, whether it's just a variety of different factors or heart rate or whatever. But it kind of gives you a nice idea that, hey, maybe you're stressed. The other thing I did like as well is that if I'd been sitting for more than an hour, it actually would prompt me to remind me to stand up, stretch, walk around, which is something I need to do more often, especially as I'm working from home in this space here. Reminding myself to get up and move, get rid of this COVID weight, really did help. Okay, so one of the other things it does have on here is your notifications. So you pair it up on your phone app, and I'll go into the phone app in a bit, and you can tell it what apps do you want it to notify you for, and you can do that now, and you can start seeing all the apps that you can. Now you don't see anything about them, right? but you see them. Now the downside is it really doesn't sync those notifications. If I swiped something away, like a text message, and then I went back into the text message app on my phone, it would buzz saying, "Hey, you have a new message." So it wouldn't get rid of it off the phone, but so a lot of times I noticed I would have a ton of just duplicate. Like, it would buzz me that I had a notification. It would buzz me again if I opened that app, even though I had that notification but below. So a lot of duplication on that, which is kind of a bit of a pain. Let alone that I can't see anything about that notification. Ooh, I got an email. What does it say? That's just the title. It doesn't give you anything about what's in there. What else we got in there? There's a lot of Facebook. I've been doing some stuff. Okay. Anyways, so notifications is nice, but it's almost more frustrating. I almost would rather not have it in there personally, just because it buzzed so often during the day that I had no idea if it was actually something useful or something not. So getting some of that information would have been helpful. A little bit of a preview. So one of the downsides I really, really didn't like is the fact that when it comes time to actually wanting to do a workout, I really like biking. Okay, so I go to workout. I would say, let's go for an outdoor run. And I've done that a few times. I go out now and again, and I hit outdoor run, and it would say none. I don't know what none means. Tap that. Oh, it's waiting for GPS. And it does this all the time. It never says I actually have GPS. When I can go into the app, it'll say it does have GPS. I wait. I try waiting for like 2 to 5 minutes, and it still would never come back. So that never worked for me. I don't know why, but it would just hit start, and I would do my run. I would go back into the app, and then it would actually show me my trail that I actually did. So whether it has something that it was sharing, I don't know. It was weird. The other thing is, it has 96. It advertises 96 different activities it will track: indoor run, outdoor walk, indoor cycle, pool swim, elliptical, rower, other widgets. What about a bike? I want to go for a bike ride. Oh, I can adjust which ones are there. Let's add a new one. Indoor walk, strength. No, not strength. Stepper, air walker, high intensity training, aerobics, yoga, Pilates, CrossFit, functional training, taekwondo, boxing, karate, fencing, body combat, kendo, sing. Keep going. There's not anything for biking in here. There's no way I can start a biking activity from the device. Like, it's just not in here, which is absolutely weird when I can take a look at the app. Let me just bring it up, and so we can go, yeah. I can go into here and I can see. Let's go do some exercise. And what do you know? Not even do I have to go find it. It's right there. Cycling. But it's not on here. Like, that is super frustrating. Don't know why it is. The other part is I don't see a lot of information that you're supposed to be able to share it with Google Fit, but nothing seemed to really match in. Anything that I did as an activity through the Huawei app or through this never really came into Google Fit. Like, it just did because it was the background services. So I don't know if it's because I really rely on Google Fit personally. So if I didn't care about Google Fit, I probably wouldn't notice that. But it really was supposed to be bringing in information. It wasn't. Even when it's supposed to be doing stuff like sleep. So it's supposed to be telling me about sleep. But the information that it got from my the new Nest Hub really differed from what this thing was telling me. So there's definitely not a lot of parallelism there between these two. Let me just bring that back up to here. So the other thing to take a look at, let's not look at my weight. Let's not do that. Is the fact that, where was it now? Oh, speaking of sleep, yeah. So it does measure sleep. You can just leave it on. Like I said, when I would wear this, I would wear it 24/7, all day, all night, no problem. It would measure my sleep because it didn't really line up with what the Nest Hub Max was telling me. But whatever, slightly difference is fine. Um, Not too great a difference. But the awkward thing about sleeping with this on is that whenever you would tilt it in any way, even if I was sleeping, so if I rolled over, this would blare super bright and blind my wife. She hated this thing. So I could have just taken it off, but then I wouldn't be able to measure my sleep without it unless I didn't have something else. So it was kind of really annoying for that thing. Oops. Okay. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not super happy with it. Did it measure my steps? Yeah. Did it do some of my activities? Yeah, everything but cycling I had to use the app for, which why I need this if I'm going to use that for the. So for under $100, it's not a bad deal. Great size, great feel, great battery life. But for me, in using everything in Google Fit, I have to go with something with Wear. This just wasn't cutting it for me. So, anyways, I'll have a full review up on the website. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. But yeah, I'm going to quickly take it off my risk because for me, I need something a little more for me. Okay, thanks. We'll talk soon.